Hi, I'm Kevin, and I'm here to teach you guys how to use the chamois and make money. So on these two cars here, this car we've already sprayed off and with a pressure washer, about 2,000 psi. This car we haven't sprayed off yet, but these cars here at this lot we wash twice a week, so they're not as dirty as most cars that we wash once a week or once every other week, but you still want to blow the dust off before you use the product, because if you blow the dust off, your product won't get as dirty and you won't be creating scratches or like hairline marks on the vehicle or wash marks. So the pressure washing the car is the main key of being able to get all the dust and grime off the vehicle. Now you're not going to get the dirt off the clear coat, and that's what this is made for, is to get the dirt off the clear coat and to dry the vehicle perfectly without having streaks. So we're going to show you how we pressure wash the vehicle off, and then we'll show you how the product works in the steps. So you want to blow the dust off the vehicle. Make sure you get like the cracks and crevices of the vehicle. Push it all the way off to the next vehicle that's over there, beside this vehicle, because you're going to be spraying that vehicle off. You don't want to blow the water back at the vehicle that you just sprayed, because you'll be getting a lot of dirt and grime onto the vehicle that you need to go over with the chamois. And all you need to do is just run down the side after you've blown everything off to one side of the vehicle. Then you switch to your other vehicle and start spraying that vehicle off. And you just do that consistently throughout the whole lot. Okay, you want to start either in the front of the vehicle or the back of the vehicle. It's the best way to do, because then you can jump from vehicle to vehicle to vehicle, rather than doing the side first and then not knowing where you're at. So this will help you to stay consistent at where you're at. So it's a 1, 2, 3 method. Start at the bottom, work your way up, because when you work your way up, you're not leaning up against the car on a wet car and get yourself soaked. That's why you start on the bottom first. Start on your very bottom, get your bumper in the back of your vehicle and stretch it out, get all the way across the trunk. You go down your side right here, get the bottom, you come and get your glass first, then you go 1, 2, 3. All the way down. 1, 2, 3. And do your front. Your chamois builds up with water. You want to fold it in 3s. And fold this in like that. Grab the ends of it. Just get your water out. It's real simple. And just flop it open real quick. And start over. You want to build the water to about here. This will fill up with water and dirt and all that good stuff. But when the water gets about here is when you want to wring it out, because once it starts getting down here, it'll start leaving streaks all over the car. But most cars you can go through either a full car or half a car, depending on how wet the vehicle is. Start your bumper 1, then the back 2, then the trunk 3, fender, window 1, 2, 3, come down your glass. Now as you're doing this, wring out. Now as you're doing this, you want to make sure that you're putting your hands in the cracks right here and the crevices of the car. You really want to focus on the indents of the vehicle too. So as I'm coming down here, my fingers are in the indents. Then I'm bringing my hands up and I'm putting my hands right here in the indents. You kind of just want to go over it nice and easy if the car is pretty clean. If the car is really dirty, you need to wash your chamois every 4, I'd say 2 to 4 cars. You can go 2 cars with one side, flip it over, go 2 cars with the other side, and throw another chamois ahead of your sprayer. So you're going to have 2 of them. One that you're working with and one that's ahead of your sprayer, so he's going to clean it off as you come up to it. You're going to use that one, throw your other one ahead of your sprayer. Come down. Fender, 2, good, 3. Get your front. 1, 2, 3. Get your glass first. Then you can kind of stand here in the middle. So 1, 2, and then 3. Get your fender. That's it. Okay. I'm going to show you in a little bit of a faster motion, because when your sprayer's ahead of you, you want to keep up with them. So you have to build up a stamina, and eventually you can get the hang of it. And you could be doing about a car every 45 seconds to a minute, but you kind of want to count in your head 30 seconds so that you can keep ahead. You can move your hose or whatever you need to move for the sprayer, and he's going to be moving his pressure washer or driving his truck, depending on if he uses a truck mounted system or if he hooks up to the dealership. We hook up to the dealership. It's a lot easier for us. We don't have to worry about carrying water around. The water's already here at the dealership. We just use a hose reel, simple pressure washer, and that's about it. So 1, 2, 3. Now, if there are spots that you missed, bring out your chamois, look at your car, see what you might have missed. Just hit those little spots. So a quick touch up, then jump on your next car. So on SUVs, minivans, trucks, you want to start at the bottom and the back. Make sure you get this little lip right here on the top too. So people can see that little lip up the horizon. See how your water out? Start at your bottom. Just do a section at a time so you're not having to walk all the way back and forth on the vehicle. And right here, when you get in front, come down. And that's it. Clean, wash, and dry in one motion. Make sure that your colored side is going first and then your chamois follows behind. You're going to do the bottom of the SUV and you're coming around the front. You're going to go 1, then 2, and then you're going to bring your chamois up to the top up here and swing it around and come down the glass. So you're hitting that front horizon right here on the vehicle. So when people are walking by and they're looking at the vehicles, they're not seeing all that dirt in the very front of the vehicle. You don't necessarily have to dry out the whole top of the vehicle, but a lot of the vehicles that are shorter, the smaller SUVs, you do because you can see it. But if you can't see it, like the trucks, large SUVs, just make sure you hit the front of that SUV and the client will be happy with that. So whenever you clean out the chamois, you want to separate the chamois from the fender to the hood. That way it'll hold onto the car and you're not having to try to hold onto the chamois. You don't want to get too close to the chamois part because you can put a hole in it if your pressure is too high. But you do want to get close to this. This is where all your dirt is. You want to knock all this dirt off of this. So I'm starting out right here. Real good. So knock that off real quick. Grab it right here, flip it over, and do the other side. See how it holds on to the car? You don't even have to hold on to it. You want to do this every 2 to 4 cars. If you have high-end vehicles that you're doing, make sure you do it every 2 cars. Are consistent with keeping it clean, and that's what makes it work. The chamois will not scratch the car, but the dirt in the chamois will scratch the car, so keep it clean. So the simple tools that we have with this system are the hose and the hose reel, the pressure washer, and the chamois. Now with the hose reel, what we do normally is we release the pressure washer first, let it on the ground, and then we drive the vehicle around to where the outlet is, letting the hose reel unreel itself. And what you want to have on your pressure washer is you want to have a valve that will release all the air out. So it's a purger, and basically this is just a Y, and the Y goes into the pressure washer and it goes out onto the ground, or it sprays out onto the ground or wherever you want it to spray. You open this valve up like this, and you open this one up. When you turn your water on, you'll release all the air out of the system. Then when it stops making its noises and blowing out air, and it's a constant flow of water, then you just close this valve, then let this valve run into the pressure washer, and you won't have any air in the system, and you'll be running pretty smoothly. When you're done, you shut the pressure washer off, you reopen up this valve to let all the water out, you go over, shut your water off, and as you roll up, the water will leak out of here, so you're not having a bunch of water in your hose at the end of the roll, and it's not too heavy. And the gun you want to use is a simple handgun, just like this. We have our tip right there, just a sprayer tip. You can use any kind of tip you want. If you want to use a rubber seal at the end of it or something like that to protect it, that's fine. But it's a lot easier than using a longer one because you can actually hold on to the gun and hold on to the hose rather than just holding on to the gun and the nozzle of the gun. This is where you apply your oils in here. And what we do is we dump out all the oil that was originally in this pressure washer or this pump, and we fill it with Lucas oil, and it helps the pump to last rather than 2 months, about 6 months. So it's very long lasting. It helps the parts to last a lot longer, adds a lot more lubrication protection to the motor and pump. This is the industrial size. Now this one here runs pretty smoothly across the vehicles, and it's because we've used this chamois about 1,000 times. It takes about 200 to 250 cars to eventually work it in. So it's gonna, when you're going down the glass like this, you're gonna be kind of tugging it a little bit, because this part right here is gonna stick because it's a chamois. But it's a lot easier than using a normal chamois to start out with, by far. So once you get it broken in about 200 cars, it's great smoothing for about 2,000, 2,500 cars. Then about 3,000, 4,000, you kind of want to think about whether or not you need to turn it in for a new one. For the dealerships themselves, you can charge anywhere from $1.50 to $2 a car. Now you're running 2 guys, one guy's spraying, another guy's shamming. If you want to run 3 guys, which does make the process a little quicker, the guys start on the sides. So one guy's going to take half the car, the other guy's going to take the other half of the car. One guy's going to take the front half and go around the front, and then the other guy is going to take the back half and go around the back. And the reason why you want one guy in the front and one guy in the back is because if you have one guy on each side of the vehicle and the cars are lined up side by side, they're going to be running and walking around to the other side of the vehicle. This way, when they start on this side, they'll end on this side, then they'll start on this side. So they'll jump from car to car to car. Just makes more sense. The process is a lot quicker. And the 2 guys that are shamming are 10 times quicker now than the sprayer, so they're going to be moving his washer and his hoses. So you should be doing, I mean, we've done doing that process pretty quickly, 100 cars in 1 hour. And you can do the math if you're doing a car for $1.50 a car. So it's pretty good to, you know, pay your subcontractors, your employees, is we pay by the car. So you can charge 20 cents a car for 3 people, or pay out 20 cents a car for 3 people, or you can pay out 30 cents for 2 guys. And so if 2 guys do 300 cars, which is pretty easy for 3 guys or 2 guys to do, then they're making, you know, 90 bucks that day, which is a good day. They should be able to get that done within, you know, 8 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours, if they're pretty good. It's just being consistent, sticking with the process. If you skip the process and you try to do things your own way, you know, you're just going to waste time and waste money. But the real thing that helps this work out is the chamois. The chamois takes the dirt off the vehicle. It makes the vehicles look great, and it's a faster process. We've seen a lot of other lot wash companies out there that use 4 guys for drying off a vehicle, a truck-mounted system, and they're using some chemicals in the water that they have that they use in the water tanks. We don't use any chemicals. This is just straight water coming right out of the faucet over there from the dealership. So you're an eco-friendly business now. You're using a towel that cleans, washes, and dries in one motion with just water, and your process is faster. You're not having to pay out as much to subcontractors because you're not having as many now, and you can start making money lot washing with the chamois. So another few things, when you go to a dealership to solicit, try to get the business of lot washing, let them know a couple things. 1, that you're using just water, and 2, the price that you're going to be, you know, giving them. You know, but first I would recommend asking them what they're normally charged for, or what they're being charged for, and then go ahead and, you know, quote out a price. But I'd stick around $1.50. You could go $2. If another company comes in, they're doing it for $2.25, go for $2, man. That's good money right there. Lot washing with 2 guys. And another thing is, when you walk into the dealership, you know, present yourself with a business card. You want to bring the product in with you, because that's going to help you sell to these dealerships on washing their cars. The product will. So bring the product in, show them what you're using, show them how your process works, and do a demonstration on like 5 to 10 vehicles. They'll like that, and it kind of really helps out sometimes in getting the account. Now, if the cars are really dirty, what you want to make sure is that you cannot dry a dry car. So you have to stick close together. If the cars are really wet because it's cold outside, then stay further apart. But if it's hot outside, and you know, you need to stick a lot closer, because the sun's going to dry the cars, the wind's going to dry the cars, and you need to stay within a car to 2 cars away from the sprayer, so that if the car's not drying up and you're not scratching the vehicles. You literally cannot dry a dry vehicle. The car has to be wet. That's what lubricates the chamois and helps it to do its job, is the water. So make sure your cars are really wet, and just do a good job.